A man found himself trapped in a bizarre chamber, forced to push a heavy millstone every day. He didn't dare stop, even when exhausted, as failing to meet the quota meant execution. Even if he completed the task, ranking low would result in punishment. Jack was furious at this unjust system. He had originally come for a job interview, but was forcibly fitted with a device. When he woke up, he was here. The system began assigning the next day's task. Jack needed to push the millstone for 50 rounds. Failing to complete, it would not only bring punishment, but the lowest scorer would also be fired. Upon hearing the rules, Jack was actually excited. As long as he ranked last, he could escape. The man in the adjacent cell warned him. He must follow instructions and complete the task, or the consequences would be severe. Jack didn't take it seriously until he heard screams in the night. That's when he understood the true meaning of being fired. To see his wife and children again, he started working according to the instructions the next day. Missing them, he dared not stop and couldn't rank last. He completed the task above the quota, only to receive a piece of bread and a bottle of water as a reward. He joked to himself that the reward was so measly. The man in the adjacent cell struck up a conversation, asking how many rounds Jack had completed to get the reward. Upon learning it was 100 rounds, the man's expression changed greatly. He warned Jack not to reveal the number of rounds completed. Otherwise, if others did a few more rounds, Jack would end up last. From then on, Jack silently pulled the millstone. For the sake of his pregnant wife, he vowed to escape. He quickly completed 150 rounds. The voice of a staff member sounded outside the door, ordering him to strip naked and stand by the door. Jack walked out of the cell for the first time. He thought he was finally free, but was suddenly hit by a strong light and a jet of water. It turned out that the reward for 150 rounds was a shower. After the shower, Jack fell into deep thought. He believed the more rounds, the more generous the reward. This system only made him want to escape more. He put in all his effort and rotated the millstone 370 times in 8 hours. The staff handed him a box. Jack opened it to find only a pin engraved with his name. He cursed angrily. Helpless, he slumped down beside the millstone and suddenly noticed an abnormality on the wall. Walking closer, he found a circular crack right in the surveillance camera's blind spot. Perhaps the previous prisoner had escaped from here. He picked up the pin and lightly tapped the wall, discovering it was hollow. He increased the force and kept chiseling. Although progress was slow and debris was scarce, the thought of reuniting with his family seemed to give him endless energy. During the day, he pulled the millstone. At night, he hid in the surveillance blind spot, chiseling the hole. Soon, he had dug a large hole. He went through the opening and arrived in a dark space. Suddenly, a strong light shone, and the next moment,